It is the second edition of the week talking about the arena, but more importantly, it is the first of the month of March. And I say welcome to a new month. We hope that it's a very fruitful one for every one of us, especially for sports lovers. Welcome once again to the arena. As I said, the very first of the month of March. I'm Samson Oloide, and today's edition promises to be exciting as always. We'll begin from the home front, where the Cameroonian president Paul Biya has instructed the former international Rigobert Song be named the new manager of the Cameroonian national team with immediate effect. And the president's instruction or mandate comes as a result of the semi-final outing or showing of the Cameroonians at the African Cup of Nations, which they hosted from January to February, where they finished as the third place team, winning the bronze medal of the competition. Rigobert Song, who was a former captain of the Cameroonian national team, played a record 137 matches for the Cameroonian national team and won two African titles, that in year 2000 and year 2002. So Song is definitely experienced when it comes to national team football, although it's yet to be seen how it would fare at the biggest stage, considering he has only managed the Cameroonian under-21 team when it comes to national team football coaching. But he is the head of, he will be replacing Antonio Conceição, who was the coach of the Cameroonians to the African Cup of Nations. And let's see if Rigobert Song can make it happen for the Cameroonians, although this could also spark up a bit of controversy, as it will be deemed government interference in football. And remember, FIFA is against government interference in football. As a matter of fact, that's the reason Zimbabwe and Kenya are currently banned by FIFA, considering that their various governments interfered in the football administration of these countries. So let's see how FIFA responds to the mandate. But as we speak, Rigobert Song is right now the manager of the Cameroonian national team, made possible by the president of the country, Paul Biya. We just hope that FIFA's hammer doesn't come down on Cameroonian Football Association, which is headed by former international Samuel Eto'o Fields, who got elected a few months ago. Let's move away from the home scene now and delve into international matters. And this time around, we'll be starting with another Italian international who is a legend, talking about Gigi Buffon. Gianluigi Buffon has signed a contract extension with Parma, a 2-year contract extension up till year 2024, and that would see him playing until he's age 46, or aged 46, I beg your pardon. Right now, the 44-year-old is still in fine form for Parma, and it's just a matter of time before he adds more records to the various records he has. Remember, he has 10 Serie A titles with Juventus. He has also played 657 top-flight games, talking about the Italian Serie A, and he made his Italian Serie A debut for Parma in November 1995. Here he is still playing for Parma, though in the Serie B, which is the second division of Italy's football. And this time around, it will be hoping to get Parma back into the Italian Serie A. Parma are currently 13th in the Serie B standings, and it's just a matter of time to see if Buffon will be able to lead them back to the Italian Serie A once again. But playing till age 46, playing till 2024, it just shows you longevity. It shows you the greatness and the how legendary Buffon is as a goalkeeper, and you can't take that off him. He's one of the best of goalkeepers of all time, and arguably the greatest of his generation. Let's move over from there, still talking about legends and their impact in the game. Another legend is Brazilian legend, arguably the greatest player of all time, and you know him as Pelé, some know him as Nascimento. And regardless of what you call him, Pelé has been discharged from a Sao Paulo hospital, and that's a good news, because he was admitted since February 13th. Today is March 1st, so he spent a total of 16 days in the hospital, and that's for treatment for a tumor and urinary tract infection. Now, the Brazilian legend, who scored 77 goals in 92 games for Brazil, has undergone several treatments in recent years for colon tumor, as well as prostate surgery, among others. And over the last 5 years, he's had about 7 visits to the hospital, where he spent months cumulatively. It's good to see him back. Now, the 81-year-old will continue his treatment at home, and while it will be under medical supervision to ensure that there's no relapse in his rehabilitation. Let's wish the best of health to Pele, one of the greatest footballers of all time. Remember, he won 3 FIFA World Cups for Brazil and is still the only one to achieve that feat. And still talking about the impact of the ongoing war in Ukraine in football, FIFA and UEFA have released or have announced in a joint statement that they've banned completely all Russian teams as well as the national team from playing football until further notice, and that's as a result of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, this means that for your World Cup playoff round, which is meant to take place on the 24th of March between Russia and Poland, that match is no longer going to hold, as Poland will now have a direct access to play the winner between Sweden and Czech Republic. Remember, Sweden, Czech Republic, Poland, England, Wales, so many countries following the invasion said they will not play against Russia. And while FIFA yesterday said Russia can only play under the name known as Football Union of Russia, they've now decided to ban Russia completely, even as the world of football stands in solidarity with Ukraine. Let's see how this impacts going forward. For UEFA, it also means that Spartak Moscow, the Russian club, which is in the round of 16 of the Europa League, will no longer be able to participate in tournaments, as their opponents, RB Leipzig of Germany, will now move into the quarterfinals of the Europa League as a result of the ban that UEFA has issued on Russian teams. So it has ripple effects again, and it's just a sad one. Spartak Moscow as a team have done so well to get to this round. Unfortunately, the political decisions or the military decisions of their country has definitely impacted on them. And let's just hope that the united and voice of football has an impact when it comes to changing the rhetorics and the tensions that are currently ongoing in Ukraine and Russia, respectively. We hope that peace eventually wins and the war comes to an end as quickly as possible. Now, still talking about the war and its impact on football, Chelsea owner Roman Abramovich, remember days back, handed over the stewardship of the club to its trustees. Now, the latest is that Roman Abramovich has mediated in the Ukrainian crisis or the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and he has spoken to Ukraine, and this was confirmed by his spokesman, who confirmed that the Russian billionaire who has close ties to Vladimir Putin is now speaking to Ukraine in trying to bring about a peaceful resolution. We do not know what guarantees have been made, but it's quite intriguing to see that a close ally of Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, is the one trying to speak to Ukraine and the Ukrainian president to bring about some sort of peaceful resolution. Let's see how that will pan out. But Roman Abramovich himself is still in the eye of the storm, because his close relationship with Vladimir Putin also means that he's a target. Remember, Chris Bryant, a UK member of parliament, called for his assets to be freezed or seized, including Chelsea Football Club. And that means that aside Chelsea Football Club being seized, he would also have his $203 million home also seized from him. And it was at the backdrop of Chris Bryant's statement that Abramovich released the statement handing over the stewardship of the club to the trustees of the club's foundation. Let's see how that goes, although the trustees are yet to take reins when it comes to leading the club as it were. Now, moving away from that, talking about the off-field issues, now let's delve into on-field action, and it's all about the Coppa Italia semi-final taking place today between AC Milan and Inter Milan. It's the Milan derby. The last time these two teams met a few weeks back, it was AC Milan who prevailed 2-1, with Olivier Giroud getting a brace in that one, as the Rossoneri came back from a goal down to stun their arch rivals. And this time around, they will be meeting again. But this is a tale of two teams struggling for form. AC Milan have dropped 4 points over their last 2 league games, drawing 2-2 against Salernitana, as well as drawing 1-1 at home against Udinese. Although they're still top of the standings, but hey, it's not looking too good for them at this point in time, considering Inter Milan still have a game at hand. But Inter Milan as well have stumbled on the path to the Scudetto defense, considering they also played a goalless draw just last week. So it's about two teams who are inconsistent facing one another, although the title, the favorites to win this one will be AC Milan considering their form over time. But it should be exciting, it should be intriguing. Whoever wins this gets a spot in the final of Coppa Italia this year.